y'all, it's Dorothy from PrepInYourStep.com and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my monthly Q&A. So at the end of each month, I really like having y'all ask me some questions so that I can respond and so that y'all can get to know me a little bit better. I feel like it's a good way for us to kind of build a conversation and feel more like friends than necessarily me talking to my camera, which is still weird to me. I'm also talking with my hands a lot and I'm really energetic. So I've asked questions on Instagram and Snapchat. So if you don't follow me on there, definitely go follow me on there. Snapchat is PrepStep Snaps and then Instagram is PrepInYourStep. So I'm uploading pretty frequently on those two forms of social media. So if you want to be included in my, end of August Q&A next month, then definitely follow along over there. So I'm going to have to answer some of these questions kind of rapid fire. A lot of times I like to take more time and kind of formulate a response and tell y'all why maybe I've come to that decision, but I've gotten a lot of questions. Okay, so the first Snapchat question was, could you possibly do an outfit tips for student teaching? So if you don't know, I'm an elementary education major and I'm hoping not necessarily to do an outfit tips post just because every school is going to have a little bit of a different dress code and I'd rather you dress for that and how you're comfortable than necessarily just follow my tips. But I probably will be doing a what I wore for the first couple of weeks video where it'll be just quick clips of all of the outfits I wore to go and teach at school. So that will hopefully be coming. Just let me know if that's something you want to see, and hopefully I'll have that posted late August. My next question is, could you recommend some amazing school supplies for back to school season? I really want to do a school supplies haul because school supplies are my weakness, but I think kind of like top 3 would be pens that you actually enjoy writing with. So like ballpoint pens. I use Bic Atlantis pens. I always buy those. That's what I take my notes in. I just love them. 2 would be a planner, and 3 for me would be legal pads. I love writing on legal pads. I think it's really nice when I need to like make a study guide or just brain dump different things to write on legal pads. So right now those would be my top 3, but hopefully I'll do a school supplies haul and maybe like a how I organize my school supplies video for y'all soon. Next question is, what mascara do you use? I use Bobbi Brown's Eye Opening Mascara, and then, because I like to use 2, and I use Benefit's Their Real Mascara on top of that. Next question is, favorite preppy brand? I don't know if J. Crew counts, but if it does, then it would be J. Crew. Who's your favorite blogger slash YouTuber? I follow a lot of blogs, so if you want to like see who I follow, then follow me on Blog Lovin' because you'll be able to scroll through my list of all of the blogs I follow. Some of my favorite bloggers, I really love Kate Paget. She is kind of a recent college grad who blogs about her life, and I feel like we're very similar in some ways, so I really like following along with her. I like this, I found a new person that I really like. Her name is Jillian and she blogs at Rhyme and Reason, and she's also a education major. Well, she wasn't an education major, but she's a teacher and she blogs, and so that's pretty inspiring because I can see that that's actually possible. Like I can do both at once. So I've been really loving her blog lately. Best food choices in a college cafeteria. I'm really boring. I pretty much always go to our dining hall for lunch and I make the same thing every day, which some people would be like, why? There's so many options, but it's what I know and it's what I like. So we have these panini stations, and so I take 2 little flatbreads and I put 2 different types of cheese, some lettuce, and then I put some turkey on it and I toast it, and then I go and grab some pita chips and hummus, and that's what I eat pretty much every day. But your dining hall is going to have a lot of good choices, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Next question is one I love because going into college or just in general, this really would have been helpful for me. And it's how to ask a guy to formal that you don't know. Okay, girl, you're not alone. I've done this so many times where he's a friend of a guy I know, or I just like know of him and friends have suggested possibly taking him to a formal. I would say just get his number and text him, because there's no point in doing these elaborate like, will you come to formal with me sort of promposals, I guess, because it's one function. Well, I did not mean to lock that. It's just like not necessary. So if you want to ask someone that you don't know but you're too nervous, maybe go with a friend and y'all can ask friends, because that really like calms your nerves. But my biggest advice for taking people to functions would be to make sure they have friends there, because not that you're gonna ditch them, but especially in my case when I'm president of my sorority, I end up having to ditch my date pretty frequently, which sounds awful, but like I have other stuff to handle and I can't just focus on like, all right, I'm gonna dance the whole night. While that's fun, like I need to focus on other things to make sure that the venue is being well respected and that everyone's behaving and that I'm helping people in any way possible. So I like finding a date that's kind of ditchable. And the most annoying thing at Furman that I'm sure happens at other schools is the whole double function assumption, which is like clever and all, that you kind of want to laugh, but it's annoying when you find a date that's like a good date to take, always has friends there and will let you do your own thing, but also will make sure you're having fun when you can, because then people just assume you're dating. So just ask him. I would not be too nervous. Guys love going to functions, so make sure you get him a t-shirt too. That would be my advice. What are your back to school clothing essentials and favorite supplies? So clothing essentials, I wore a uniform, so I don't really have back to school clothing essentials for high school, but in college I would say just easy basic pieces that you can wear over and over again and no one will realize that you're wearing over and over again. So like a solid pair of jean shorts and some chino shorts and some like t-shirts like this that you can mix and match, and no one's really going to think about the fact that like, oh, she wore that last week on Thursday. Just get the easy stuff, stock up your closet. And then also, what would be a cute first day outfit? I'm not positive because I had school uniforms, and then in college you don't really have a dress code. So I think something you're comfortable in. If you want to wear a dress, that's easy. That's one piece and you don't have to like choose multiple pieces. So I would probably go with a dress, and that's not what I'll be wearing to my first day at school, but I'll probably be wearing shorts, and I figure you can't wear shorts in high school. Okay, why did you decide to go into teaching? I always knew that I wanted to be a teacher, and recently I've kind of struggled with, is this the right decision for me? But I think that's because I've been really burnt out with my classes. But yeah, ever since I was little, I wanted to be a teacher. Next question is, how do you handle the negative comments on your blog and YouTube channel? So it's just annoying to begin with that people will take the time to comment negatively, because there's so many people that really enjoy the content that people are making, aren't necessarily going to comment. So you see more negative than you see positive, which is frustrating. But basically I know that putting myself out there on the internet is going to be criticized, and that's fine. I'm a pretty confident person, I would say. So I don't really let them get to me. A lot of times I'll screenshot them and like text them to a friend and be like, how is this relevant? Like, you're complaining about the smallest insignificant detail of something I'm talking about, and you're just trying to find ways to nitpick. So my kind of view on this would be to kill them with kindness. Just try to be overly nice and make sure that they're enjoying the video. I mean, they took the time to watch it and they took the time to comment, so clearly you're doing something right, but just try not to let it get to your head. It's silly that people take the time to either dislike or comment negatively on different things, but just don't take it personally. Next question is, what is your view of relationships in college? Should you focus more on schoolwork or finding the one? Okay, I definitely wouldn't say you should focus on like finding the one, because I think people think, and I probably thought this at one point too, that like, oh, I'm gonna go off to college and I'm gonna find a boyfriend and we're gonna get married. Like, that's not really how it works, especially when you're someone like me who is like very hyper focused on schoolwork and other things I'm doing, because that's not really what I'm like aiming for. So I would say focus on schoolwork. If you happen to like meet a guy that's right for you and you want to date him, like have at it, but I don't think you should necessarily be thinking like, all right, which of these boys in this class can I marry? That would be a little aggressive. And also I think that seeing friends who have been in relationships for a long time and then seeing people who are getting married, I feel like people are getting married and engaged so young, and this is the time that you have to be completely selfish with your time. So I would not rush into anything, and there are a whole bunch of other people out there that don't necessarily go to the same college as you that would be great options post-grad. So that's kind of my take on that. But like, I'm not saying don't date. If you want to date, then date, but also focus on schoolwork, because you're there to get an education, not your MRS degree. Classes are you taking next semester? So I'm taking 2 ed classes. I'm doing the second of a sequence math class I have to take, and then a social studies class for ed majors, and then I'm taking 2 fun classes, which I'm really excited about. One is small group communication that I am just like so pumped for, and then the other is, I think it's a digital illustration or something along those lines. So both of those sounded interesting to me, so I'm taking them and I'm excited. This is going to be rapid fire. Are you allergic to anything? No, I'm not, although I think when I had a bunny I developed an allergy to him, but I've never been tested. What's your favorite scent or perfume? Right now I would have to say Tory Burch's like original rollerball. Well, I guess you can get it in like regular too, but that's what I've been wearing this summer. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Right now, okay, so I got this like intense desire to go back to Paris the other day, but I don't think my parents would let me considering all of the like uproar that's going on in the world. But maybe somewhere tropical because it's the summer. I could handle that. Do you follow your heart or your head? I definitely follow my head. I'm like not that emotional of a person, and yeah, I think that I am much more logical and analytical than I am emotional. How would your friends describe you? Probably goofy. I don't know. I should text Nell for this one. I guess they would probably driven and passionate. Those would be words that I think they would use. But also pretty sarcastic and goofy. Try not to take myself too seriously, so that's just my guess. I don't know how they would actually describe me. What's a skill you would like to learn? I think coding would be really cool, but I do not have the patience for it. I have to like go into my blog's HTML sometimes and fix things for different stuff, and it's the most frustrating thing ever. So I really only want to know how to do that sort of stuff because then that just relieves a lot of that stress. Okay, so I think that is going to be it for Snapchat, and now we'll go over to Instagram, and there's so many more over there, so I'm sorry that this video is long. I'm also going to do some of these rapid fire because they're long. What would your Patronus be? Probably a bunny. I always have said that that would be my spirit animal, and the other day the kids I nanny for were like, if you were an animal, you'd be a bunny because you're harmless. So I guess that's confirmed. Explain why you do not take your friends' book recommendations. Because I don't have time. I do take them sometimes. Are you more of a Rory or a Lorelai? I think I'm more of a Rory. And I have like trouble saying those R's. Rory. Why is that so hard for me? I definitely think I'm more of a Rory. I'm like kind of a nerd, but I don't know. I like them both. I love Gilmore Girls, if y'all didn't know. Okay, so let's see what the other questions are. Favorite ice cream flavor? Oh gosh. Chocolate chip cookie dough is always good. I also love Fish Food by Ben & Jerry's and Tonight Dough by Ben & Jerry's. Those are all really good. If you didn't choose education as a major, what would you have chosen? I think I would be doing something in like communication and public relations. So like the business, like thought-provoking part of that, so that I could also like, because my mindset is kind of there sometimes, but I would also like the creativity it allows me to have too. How do you balance your blog and social media life with school? Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I really struggle. It's hard because I want to have all of those opportunities at college, and I also want to continue doing stuff for y'all. So time management is crucial. I'm not perfect at it, but I think that prioritizing your stuff is really important. What is your favorite go-to Southern food? Mac and cheese. That's good. How did you choose your blog's name? I knew I wanted to start a blog. I've been reading some blogs, so I kind of brainstormed. I knew I didn't want to start a blog until I had a name that I was really excited about, and I've always loved puns, so it just came to me at one point, and I immediately wrote it down, and then I came back that night and just started working on it, and so that's kind of how Prep in Your Step was born. Favorite TV show or movie? Favorite TV show is probably a toss-up between Friends and Gilmore Girls. I love them both. And then movie, I could not choose a favorite movie. Favorite Essie nail polish is hands down Fiji. It's, well, it's not on my nails right now, but it's almost always on my nails, and I wear it year round. It's the perfect light pink. Have you thought of a classroom theme yet? No, I have not. So I still have a year before I have to do that on my own. And my roommate Sophia, was talking about how excited she is to design her classroom, and it kind of stressed me out because I was like, I haven't even thought about that. What is your tip for people looking to start a blog or just started one? I'm going to be doing a whole video about that, so give this video a thumbs up if you're excited for that. Next question is, what set Katie apart from other sororities when you were going through recruitment? So fortunately I knew a ton of the girls in that organization, so whenever I walked into their rounds, it just felt very comforting. I really liked that I had friendly faces coming up to me and giving me a hug and just seeing how I was doing, and I knew that they were genuinely interested in like how I was doing and not so much interested in that just from a rush perspective. So I don't know, they just kind of stood out all along, and I knew going into recruitment that KD was my top choice too, so I didn't really keep an open mind, but if you're going through recruitment, try to keep an open mind. What were you like as a kid? I was kind of a brat when I was little, actually. When I was like super little, I was fine, but I had my moments as a toddler, and I've apologized multiple times because my parents will tell me stories and I'm mortified. So I was kind of a pain, but I feel like other than that, I've been pretty normal. What is the best book you've read recently? I'm rereading Harry Potter, so I have to say Harry Potter. What sorority event has been your favorite so far? I really loved a philanthropy event we did called Katie Quesadillas. I helped publicize all of it and get a good turnout for it. So it was just really rewarding to see that like come to fruition. And then function wise, I would have to say a function that we started last year called Boots and Bow Ties. It is so fun. It's outside and it's swing dancing and there are food trucks, and we're doing it again this year. So I'm really excited. How did you get into running? Tips for someone just starting out. So I ran cross country from middle school to high school, and I think the best part about that was that the team was really great. So maybe finding a friend that you really like talking to would help you kind of get into it, because y'all can go on runs together and keep each other accountable while also having like good conversations while you're running. What is something on your bucket list you can't wait to accomplish? I don't know. I don't like have a real bucket list. I recently made 101 and 1001 like list, kind of a bucket list, kind of a to-do list. And I think right now, like short term, I'm really excited to graduate. I don't want college to be over, but in some ways I'm ready to finish up classes like education wise. So when I say graduate, I guess I mean graduate with my master's, but other than that, I don't really know. The next question is, do you remember me? We met at Starbucks and a friend took our pic. Yeah, I do. That was fun. It was funny because I was getting coffee with a guy I was going to a function with, and he was so confused because he knew nothing about my blog, and we were about to go to this like weekend function together, and so he was just really thrown off. But I remember you. You were super cute. Next question is, how did you get so many followers? I've been doing this for a long time, so it's not like they happened overnight. I think that constantly producing like likable content, whether that be on Instagram or on your blog, is really important. So I think just being yourself is also a big part of that. So hopefully people like my personality if they're following along with me. You seem like a happy, upbeat person. How do you keep yourself positive? I try to not complain. Sometimes I'm really bad about that. I have those people that I like go to and vent to. So I think y'all probably now know that I'm wearing pajamas. I think that limiting those people is a good way to like keep your mind upbeat, but I'm going to be doing a video about how to be more positive soon, so stay tuned for that. Alright, last couple. How tall are you? I'm 5'7", but I haven't measured myself in like a year, so I could be a little bit taller. I don't think I've shrunk though. I read on your recent blog post that you are doing Kayla Itzline's program. Does it seem to work / have you noticed results? Okay, so I really like her program. I talked about it in my favorites video, and I think I did post about it on Instagram with like in the caption or something. And I really like it. I haven't been doing it as religiously, and I feel like if I did it more religiously, then I would see results. But even after those like couple of weeks that I've done it, I feel really energetic, and I feel like I've noticed results mainly because I used to not like focus on all of the different things that she focuses on, if that makes sense. So I think that's going to be it for now because this video is already super long and I want to save questions for y'all to ask me next time. So if your question didn't get included in this video, then be sure to ask it again next time and I'll try to get to it. But in the meantime, definitely check out my blog, all of my social media, check out the Nordstrom anniversary sale because it's still going on and it's something you don't want to miss. So in the meantime, follow me on social media and I will talk to y'all later. Bye!